Okay. Hi. Hi, hi. How are you? You know I ain't had enough time to get myself together here, right? Okay. We just finished typing this up. I'm glad you're good, baby. Do me a favor, give me a like so other people will know I'm up. You're in the room. You're not slow. I'm slow. Thank you. Elizabeth, wait, we're gonna do a picket. You'll see. Relax. I got you. Well, we're gonna do with this. Everybody's gonna get to pick what they want when they as they are drawn to it. You'll see in a second. It's kind of fun, right? But I might give you a life purpose pick just because you've been here hanging out with me for 2 sessions already this today. My paper. All right, please give us a thumbs up so other folks know that I'm full by Doreen Virtue and Brian Weiss, and the Life Purpose Oracle by Doreen Virtue, and the Divine Feminine by Megan Waterson that we just did a live unboxing of. Doreen Virtue. Put them away so I have some room here on this desk. And beautiful Divine Feminine cards. Just opened up. Yeah, very interesting, and I think everybody was in awe. I know I was. Oh, here we go. Hey, Jamila. All right. Make sure you give me a thumbs up, please, folks, so that other people will know that we're here doing this. Those people who have set their notifications. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. I have had a decrease in my subscribers since last Friday because there's just some folks who are just haters, and all I can do is pray for them. You know, people don't know how to direct their anger, their hurt, so they take it out on people that got nothing to do with nothing that they worrying about. Okay, you're a Virgo, so your birthday's coming up soon too, Jamila. You know, but people need to direct their hurt and their anger, their confusion somewhere, and rather than directing it towards where it should be directed, they want to take it out on other people that don't even have an idea of what they're talking about. But it's all right. God is good all the time. And I've been surrounded by low vibrational people for a long time. It's just part of my mission. All kinds of criminals. They may not want to admit that's who they are. Just because you don't have a book and case number don't mean you're not a criminal. That just means you ain't been caught yet. Careful what you throw out there. Might get it thrown back at you. I got some Asians who are a little thuggish themselves. It's really, it's sad. People don't understand that, sometimes you just have some people who are just, it's their path in this lifetime to not be rap tight. That's their path this life. And if you want to keep being upset and mad over shit that happened 20 years ago, no, people can't help who they love. They love who they love. I ain't mad at you for loving who you love. They're sick and they need healing, right? And instead of looking for a healing, they're looking for a scapegoat. Okay. See how that works out for you. You want to blame somebody for your discomfort? Maybe the first person you need to look at is yourself. We all make choices, and we have to live with the choices that we make. You force someone to be with you that you know really doesn't want to be with you. Don't be mad if that's the kind of life that you manifest. Careful the choices that you make, but the choices that you make them because that's the path that you're supposed to go down. That's what you're here to do. Don't be mad and don't try to poison the well and poison the water because you're not happy. You don't want nobody else to ever be happy just because you weren't happy. Sad. And then you take it out on people and your own children, your family. Make somebody miserable the entire time you're with them, and then you're going to make them miserable even after you're gone. That's some bullshit. Yeah. There's folks out here who are there to do that. When you decide to come up with a scheme and then your scheme don't work out the way you planned it to, why are you mad at everybody else? You can't make somebody love you if they don't, especially if you're not nice. It's one thing if someone doesn't love you, but you're nice and you're kind and you're sweet and whatever, then, possible. But if you know from Jump Street that you are nasty and evil, you know it and you're proud of it, and that's like your hallmark, why are you mad if the person doesn't love you back? Or why are you mad if the person finds someone else out there that they can love too? You got what you want. All material things have been taken care of. The image is good in the streets. Let live. Stop hating. They ain't taking nothing from you but yourself. You're wasting your own energy on stuff that you set into motion. You can manifest good stuff and you can manifest bad stuff, but just be careful what you manifest. Karmic boo boo. basically, be careful what you ask for. Be careful what you ask for. If you want this person to love you, then be the love that you seek. And then maybe that love will seek you. Don't play games with people. That's not fair. That's not right. That's wrong. And men do it and women do it, and it's wrong. It's just absolutely wrong. And then you want to act like a victim. And I can't even believe y'all can hear me. I ain't plugged in. Let me fix this. This is gonna be bad. People gonna be complaining about it when I upload it. Let me fix this. Whew, sorry, that's better. And everyone gets hurt, right? And then you're hurting your family, you're hurting your kids, you're hurting everybody. It's not a good look. It's just not. It's just not a good look. If you didn't have balls enough to call out your misery before, just let it go. You hear me well? Okay, very good. So the way this here works, we're going to do the Upickits, and I've been doing these every month for the last couple of months. And what we do is we get a card from each of the decks, and then you, into your intuition, contact your spirit guides, your ancestors, ask them to direct you to which one of the cards are the messages that are meant for you today. So we're going to do 3 cards, 3 sets of 3 decks. So let's put them so that I don't get confused. So this will be the back of the life purpose. This is the back of the divine feminine. And this is the back of the past lives. All right. So I'm going to pick. Are going to ask your spirit guides to direct you to the message that is meant for you today. Okay. So you can always pause the tape later after I upload it to give yourself more time to zero in. I'm going to try to give you some time here today also while we do this live. And thank you everybody for joining me. I have 6 people in the room, only got 1 thumbs up. Can you all please give me more thumbs up? I appreciate it so much. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do subscribe. Like I said, there's been a sabotage, a sabotage going on from the lower vibrational, what do you call them? Flying monkeys, yes. Karmics have flying monkeys. People who they leave to do their dirt because they didn't have enough balls to do the dirt themselves. So, because they already was tired from the dirt that they had been doing, so they had to call them their flying monkeys. You know, like in the Wizard of Oz. But so I lost 26 subscribers between last Friday and this Friday. For what? Interesting. I hope it doesn't last for long. I'm praying that it doesn't last for long. So those of you who are not subscribed yet, I'd appreciate your support and sharing these videos. Tell your friends. Tell them to subscribe and to like and share. Oh, unbelievable, but whatever, it's an experience that the divine wants me to have. Patience and compassion and unconditional love, right? It's enough when they cost you heartache and they cost you sleepless nights. But now they want to cost you money? No, brother, no. Well, thank you so much. And then I know that because all of those people who are, you know, following the flying monkeys will sneak back later on and subscribe again. Or they may be watching it without subscribing because they want to hear the messages. They know. This is not me. This is the creator. I'm just a vessel. So they don't want to hear it, then they don't have to hear it. Ain't nobody forcing nobody to watch or hear anything. But don't. I must be pretty damn important. That's all. That you're gonna go on a campaign on the low, low too. On the low, not even outward. Sneaky, underhanded, backdoor nonsense. Oh, and I'm sure that eventually they'll hear this even and get balls and try to start something online on one of the live broadcasts or something like that. You know what? Whatever. I can't. Life is too short, and I've been in this life too long, and I have come across some big ass bullies in my life. So you ain't gonna come with me with nothing I ain't heard. Nothing I haven't been told before. Well, I think I'm too old too for this nonsense. But if you wanna, act like we still playing in the park, all right. I know the jump rope too. Double dutch. Thank you, Jamila. Yeah, comics. That's all it is. And it's sometimes those people who are on that twin flame journey, and we talk about the karmics, sometimes what I'm finding out now is the karmic is not only their karmic, the karmic is yours too. There's something about that situation and that person that may be mirroring you in your own life too. And as much as we don't want to give energy to that, but at the same time, there's a lesson. And maybe our divine counterparts would learn their lesson quicker if we understood our relation to the karmic. Why? What is it about you and them, you, the divine feminine, and the karmic? What is the commonality between the two of you besides the divine masculine? Could be very interesting. Very interesting. I found a few commonalities, and that was kind of disturbing, but it's good information. It is. It's good information, something to have. And the other thing that we had said in the live, for those of you, thank you everybody for giving me thumbs up. I appreciate it. Um, that check out what song was number one on the day that you were born, like on the top of the charts, whatever genre your parents liked or that you're drawn to, and see whether or not though that song, if there are lyrics to it, can you relate to it? Does it mean anything to you? Is it a song that you knew and you liked all the time and you didn't particularly know that it was out on the day you were born? That was our assignment. So if you want to do that, hey Phyllis, hello, hi everybody. Yes, it is a mess. So if you do that and let the rest of us know what song it was. You don't have to tell us what year. If we're that nosy, we'll go find out. But tell us what the song was and whether or not if it meant something to you, if you choose to. If you don't want to put it in the comments, then you can send me an email. My email is pbtarot7@gmail.com. So this is going to be for those of us who are under fire signs, and fire signs would be Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So we've gotten the card from the past life oracle. That'll be card number one there. Yeah, sometimes they're never over the hurt. Yes, I know. And that's why we have to have compassion for the karmics also. While we're having compassion for our divine masculines, but also remember to have patience for yourself. Have compassion for yourself. Heartless, yeah. Sometimes they are heartless, past heartless. But that's just how they're acting. They too are spiritual beings having a human experience. Their being in our paths is part of they're part of our path, and we chose that person, that karmic, to be part of our path. You know, they have a lesson and we have a lesson. So we have to learn to be compassionate towards them also and understand that they were just, what did Shakespeare say? All the life is a stage and we're all players playing our parts. So just understand that they were just players, are just players playing their parts. Some of them don't get the memo as to when the act is over. So this is going to be card number 2, which is from the Divine Feminine. And card number 3. Let's get it. Thank you. All righty. So, card number 1, card number 2, or card number 3. Focus on the card. See which one you're drawn to. And then I'll read it to you. All righty. Hopefully you're ready. Let's do card number 1 from the Past Life Oracle. If you picked her, I changed my mind. Yeah, well, whatever. You did pick her though. Yeah. But they do look, that means that she did her job well. She's acted her role as karmic very well. Now we just gotta pray for her to get the memo that thank you. That it's over. She can scurry on. And maybe she can find the person that she's supposed to be with, her divine male or divine masculine, divine feminine, however way she rocks. Okay, so first card here, those of you who picked card number 1, Egypt. All right, Egypt. I like that one, hi, honey. That was funny. If I picked her, I changed my mind. Yeah, you did. Thank you, Jamila. All right, this card signals a significant past life in Egypt, which relates to your present situation and question. When a negative pattern stubbornly refuses to heal, its roots are often buried in a lifetime beyond conscious memory. Unfortunately, you can assess and heal the issue. Fortunately, you can assess and heal the issue. Eliminate vestiges of the past by pulling them out by their roots. If you're drawn to Egyptian culture or travel, you most likely had a positive experience in your lifetime there. You may wish to explore the belief systems of Egypt to tap into ancient memories. Much of Egyptian spirituality involved astronomy and astrology. So stargazing can also help you trigger insights and recollections. On the other hand, if the thought of traveling to Egypt is frightening to you, or you have negative feelings about its culture or spirituality, You may have deep-seated fears associated with your lifetime there. This is fairly common, as many traumas occurred in this land in ancient times. Working with a qualified past life therapist or regression audio can help you release and heal old toxic energy that spirit had for you. Okay? And remember, there's no right or wrong. This is just what you're drawn to intuitively. So now, card number 2, the Divine Feminine Oracle. And those of you that picked card number 2, energy you picked was Mary Magdalene. No, I'm sorry, Mary of Nazareth, the Mother of God. I am blessed, and my courage gives birth to the divine. So, this is somebody who listens to spirit and who is not afraid of spirit, who is courageous. Mary of Nazareth represents the profound spiritual and creative power we all possess. Mary, or Miriam in Hebrew, was a first century Galilean Jewish woman from Nazareth who was one of the most crucial figures in the Christian tradition for having given birth to Jesus Christ. Mary has been venerated since the inception of Christianity and also holds a reverend position in Islam. Her many names include Saint Mary, Virgin Mary, Queen of Heaven, Our Lady of the Angels, Our Lady of Good Counsel, Our Lady Undoer of Knots, she of God. The Gospel of Luke relates that when Mary was engaged to Joseph, the archangel Gabriel visited her. Gabriel announced, "What joy! Do not be afraid, Mary, for you have found favor with God." The angel then said, "The Holy Spirit will descend on you, and the power of the Most High will overshadow you. And therefore, the child will be called Holy and Son of God." And Mary responds, "Let it be with me as you have said." Mary is present throughout her son's ministry. When he appears at the temple at age 12 and declares that it is his true home, when he turns water into wine at the wedding in Cana, and when he's crucified. She is said to have remained at his side along with Mary Magdalene. She personifies the steadfast and unconditional love of the archetypical mother. The title, Mother of God, or Theotokos, was recognized at the Council of Ephesus in 431 CE and best captures the power of her yes to the angel Gabriel. She hands her lily in the Annunciation to symbolize the Trinity and to honor the fact that without her yes, the Christian story could not have unfolded. When your soul selects this card, I'm always imagined that Mary was terrified to hear an angel loudly announcing that she was meant to be the mother of God. Her surrender to Gabriel's words feels so courageous and too unacknowledged. Mary had no idea what she will have to meet with, what will be asked of her, or what this love for her son will put her through. But she's fine. Mary's acceptance of her role has been in the shadow of the Christian story, uncelebrated because she is seen as so divine. But she was human also. She could have said no, her courage could have faltered, but she aligned with the light. She heard Gabrielle's words, "Be not afraid," and allowed the divine story to work through her life. And she let joy dictate her response. Mary leads us to trust that we can say yes to what feels light. It doesn't have to make sense or work with the timeline the ego has mapped out for us. It's the midst of our ordinary, everyday lives. We can say yes to the angel who greets us in the space of our heart and let the energy of joy give birth to the divine through us. The soul voice meditation is I am in service to the light within me. And the intention here is I am blessed. My courage gives birth to the divine. Ashe. So, if you were drawn to card number 2, that is the message the Spirit has for you today. And those of you who were drawn to card number 3, the life purpose, freedom. Amen. Freedom. You're free to do what you choose. So this is your message if you picked card number 3, freedom. This card is a gentle reminder that you aren't a victim of outside circumstances and that you have choices in everything you do. The angels are helping lift you away from complaining that you're a victim of others who control you. Instead, heaven is shining your life and your happiness. As you accept the role you've played in creating your present circumstances, you feel a corresponding sense of relief and freedom. The insight of self responsibility frightens some initially, as it seems to carry the weight of blame. The angels help you see that blame is a waste of time and a bright today and tomorrow for yourself and your loved ones. You have the right to change your life. You needn't wait for another's permission to take charge of your destiny. Trust your feelings to guide you towards activities and a career that are meaningful and fulfilling in every way. Ashe. Ashe. So, those of you who picked card number 3, that's the message that your ancestors had for you. Stop blaming others. Take responsibility for your life. Those of you, card number 2, Mary of Nazareth. And those of you, card number 1, Egypt. Ashe. Hi, Spellbound. All right, so those, I'm going to do this 3 more times, right? Yeah. I guess I'll use the same decks. So, hi. Spellbound, if you're here, just make sure that you hit the like button so everybody can know, or other people who are subscribed can know that we're up and doing this. All right. So usually I do one for each of the energies. She said, yes, ma'am. Thank you. So that was for water. That was for fire, so this would be for water, so to speak. But if you hit the notification button, if you're here, it's for you. All right, let's invite more energies in here. So I'm going to keep it going, and we're going to do another 3. Tell your friends. Invite them. And let's keep testing these muscles. Let's keep testing our intuition. All right, let's keep getting messages. You're going through a retrograde and a eclipse energy. They said the eclipse energy hangs around for 6 months. Okay, so let's see what messages we can get as we traverse these different planetary movements. See what. Hey, Eyes of Capricorn, you're on time. All right, so now we're going to do it again. Again, 3 cards, one from Past Life Oracle deck, one from the Divine Feminine deck, and one from the Life Purpose Oracle deck. All right, so I'll pick the card. At first, I'll just show you the back of the card. You tune into your ancestors, tune into your intuition, the universe, your soul team, your spirit guides, the creator, whoever you vibe with, wherever you get your messages, or just guess it on yourself, or just watch them all. Because if you're here, then perhaps that's all. They just want you to be here for all of these messages. Who knows? But it's a fun exercise. So, card number 1. And that's from the Past Life Oracle. Okay. Card number 2 from the Divine Feminine Oracle. Oh my. Card number 3. All right. So 1, 2, and 3. Take a breath. Decide which card you're drawn to. And let's go. Later on, when I upload this, you can pause it and take as much time as you want. Okay? So let's do this again. Card number 1. For those of you who picked card number 1, your card is Persecution and Inquisition. Okay? Persecution and Inquisition. You drew this card as a validation of your suspicions. You were accused of witchcraft, being a heathen, or other crimes in the past. You suffered greatly as a result of the ensuing persecution, and the fear has carried forward into this life. In the past, your character and behaviors were examined publicly, and you were blamed for crop failures and deaths that had nothing to do with you. Your neighbors and the government said that you were casting spells, which was a capital offense. In reality, you were a good-hearted person, as you remain to this day, who had the ability to see into the future and to use energy for healing purposes. That lifetime has made you feel very sensitive to gossip and rumors. If someone falsely accuses you now, you become fearful and upset because that's the behavior that led to your painful death in previous lives. You may also be afraid to admit that you're a talented healer and psychic. Unconsciously, you're keeping your spiritual skills a secret to avoid recreating the pain of the past. To heal from this, know that in this current lifetime, Spiritual teachers and healers are revered instead of feared. You agreed to incarnate at this time because of your hard-won knowledge from previous lifetimes, and it's needed in this world at this time. And the fact that you're back on earth shows that no one can harm you permanently nor prevent you from pursuing your spiritual path. Ashe. So, those of you who picked card number 1, that is your message. Alrighty. So, those of you who picked card number 2 from the Divine Feminine, the energy that you got was the Black Madonna. Now, Black Madonna, it says here, the Lady of the Hermits. I transform pain and suffering into a greater capacity to love. Might be talking about being able to love those karmics, like we were joking about earlier. But it's not a joke, it's true. We have to be compassionate even to them. Ashe. See, why does this keep happening when I lose my chat? Okay. Oh, you made a doll for the Black Madonna. Okay, spellbound. Very cool. Very cool. Here we go. So if you were drawing the card number 2, this message is for you. Let me see if we can get it. They say look in their eyes. The eyes are the important part of these illustrations. Look in her eyes. The Black Madonna represents the power we all have to emerge from the darkness transformed. There are over 5 Oh, you picked it, good. There are over 500 Black Madonnas throughout Europe. Historians believe many of the icons are actually of the Egyptian goddess Isis and her son Horus, which were carried over from Egypt during the Crusades. And I just want to say this, those of you who saw a reading I did at one point, Horus is representative of Cancer also. So someone who has Cancer, a male who has Cancer in their chart is representative of Horus. Other icons of the Black Madonna are meant to represent earth goddesses and are worshipped for the fertility miracles attributed to them. She is often depicted holding the royal scepter of a ruling monarch. Jungian psychologist Marion Woodman believes that the Madonna represents a new awareness or consciousness towards the earth and our bodies. Now, when they say Jungian, that's Jungian. Carl Jung, Jung, was a psychologist, but there's a school of thought, a school of psychology that follows his theories. Okay, so you could take a look at, Google Carl Jung, Jung, and you'll find out more about those theories if you're interested. Black Madonna represents a new awareness or consciousness toward the earth and our bodies. She represents the wisdom we can only accrue when we go through the often painful fires of transformation. In The Pregnant Virgin, Woodman relates that only the intensity of fire can unite body and soul. The Black Madonna helps us become conscious of the spirit in matter, of the light and dark, of the intersection of sexuality and spirituality. This particular Black Madonna resides in the Benedictine monastery in Einsiedeln, Switzerland. Einsiedeln, Switzerland. The abbey is dedicated to Our Lady of the Hermits because the chapel where she resides was originally the hermitage of Saint Minrad, a ninth century hermit. And we know the hermit is Virgo. Just bringing these little things back to tarot. And yes, you can. Yeah, she is the road of um, Oya and a road of Oshun. Okay, Urzali. Okay, Einsiedeln is the birthplace of the renowned alchemist Paracelsus. Alchemy is the physical process of transforming base metals into unalloyed gold, which represents a spiritual and metaphysical process of burning away all obstacles just to be the soul. The Black Madonna is loved for having been through the fires of loss and for emerging with a greater capacity to love. Every afternoon for hundreds of years, the monks of the abbey have come out from meditation to sing Salve Regina to Our Lady of the Hermits. When your soul selects her card, for millennia, the body, the earth, all forms of matter have been devalued and misunderstood. The dark has been so vilified, yet all life emerges from the pitch black womb. The darkness is potential. It's the crucial and elemental stage we must all go through to create new or more life. The Black Madonna is the emblem of deep wisdom, the profound consciousness that is inherent in all things. All living and created things are energy. The body has wisdom, the earth has wisdom, and the pain we experience as humans contains deep wisdom. When we are in the fires of suffering, it can be difficult to trust that gold is being forged. It can be hard to trust when we are in terrific pain that there is a process at work that will make us more authentic, more alive, and infinitely freer. It can be almost impossible to accept or notice the presence of the divine when we are at our most human. The Black Madonna is the cauldron that holds us steadfastly as we endure the alchemy of integrating more soul into our existence. She is the promise that what doesn't survive the fires of suffering was never meant for us. And she is the presence that is there with us even when we feel the most alone, reminding us that there is no darkness we can enter without being met by love. The soul meditation. Oh, thank you so much. Was that like a super chat? $1? Wow. Thank you. Wow, I never saw one before. Thank you very much. Um, soul voice meditation. How is my solitude serving me? Well, you are my first super chat, Spellbound. Thank you very much. I'm your first too. Ooh. Okay. So, how's my solitude serving me is the meditation. And the intention, I transform pain and suffering into a greater capacity to love. Ashe. Thank you. So, that is your intention. I transform pain and suffering into a greater capacity to love. So, if that's the card that you picked, that's the message that your ancestors, that the spirit, the creator, your intuition wanted you to hear. Ashe. Alrighty. Matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the ones. Okay. I'll worry about that later. Now, life purpose. Those of you who picked card number 3. The card that you picked was Healer. Healer. All right. You have the spiritual gift of healing and the desire to share it with others. For those of you who pick card number 3, that is your message. All right, let's see what that's talking about. This card validates what you've already known. You are a healer. While each person possesses this gift, some, like you, have refined and polished their abilities. The divine light and love within each sentient being can be directed and amplified to benefit others. And you've learned how to do it. And you've learned how to do so through many lifetimes devoted to healing work. You've been conducting this work for most of your present life, and others are naturally drawn to you for help. You're compassionate, intuitive, and sensitive. For this reason, you can build up confidence in your healing abilities by trusting your feelings and intuitive ideas. You can also feel more self assured as a healer by taking classes related to your interest, even if they're an eclectic mix of subjects. As a healer, you'll need to take exceptional care of yourself emotionally and physically to withstand the intense energetic demand of caring for others. Follow your intuitive guidance as to diet, exercise, and lifestyle, and practice healthy boundaries with other people. Mm. Remember that the greatest healers know when to take rest and how to balance giving with receiving. By practicing a healthy lifestyle yourself, you become an inspiring role model and ensure your longevity in the healing profession. So, those of you who picked card number 3, that's your message. So, if you're working in the healing professions, a nurse, a doctor, a physical therapist, things like that, make sure that you protect yourself spiritually, just like you protect yourself putting on gloves and masks, okay? Because if you're an empath or a light worker, you're picking up on those energies there too. Well, thank you, Hive Honey. Number 2, super chat. Thank you so much. That's so nice. All right. So that was the second set. That would have been for water signs, right? So the next set would be for Earth. Let's do that. All right. So same deal, same spiel. One card from each of the decks. All right. Oh, thank you, Spellbound. That's nice, $1.99. I appreciate it. That adds up. Believe me, they're gonna hold on to it till it adds. They're gonna hold on to it till it adds up. That's all right. It's okay. We appreciate it. It's okay. Card number 1. What did I do with that? Ah, that's where it was. So this will be card number 1 from the past life deck. Oh. Whew. Okay. Somebody tried to cheat, you guys. Card number 2 from the Divine Feminine deck. And one more card from the Life Purpose Oracle. All right, we got that one already. Let's do another one. Is this going right? It's okay. I'm choosing all 3. I'm reading them, right? You do what you feel cool to. If you're drawn to this session, it was probably meant for you to hear those messages if that's how you're drawn, Jamila. So don't feel any other way. Choose all 3, you choose all 3. Don't cost nothing. Just the card number 3. All right. Let's get ready to do that. Like I said, you can always pause this after I upload it and take your time and pick a card that you're drawn to. All right, so let's get moving. Card number 1 from the Past Life Oracle by Doreen Virtue and Dr. Brian Weiss, MD. And the card that we got, a karmic relationship. Okay, everybody breathe. Those of you who picked card number 1, that's your message. Let's see what they're talking about. That's the one that fell over that somebody really wanted to see. This is what you get. Karmic relationship. This card indicates that one or more of the people in your current life are from previous lifetimes. You both ended your relationship with karmic imbalances. This means that one or both of you are most likely harboring old feelings that need to be healed and released. When this occurs, you will be set free from recurring, destructive, and toxic relationship patterns. In some cases, this card will arise when there's a reunion with a beloved soul from a previous life. Perhaps you're finally reconnected with a romantic partner from your past, or a new friendship is bringing you great joy. With healthy past life connections, you'll immediately feel a sense of comfort and familiarity. You received this card in an answer to a question or concern that involves a karmic relationship. Fortunately, you can appeal to heaven for help in releasing any old, stuck energies and emotions. You may also be guided to work with a specialist in past life regression and relationship healing. Ashe. So, if you picked card number 1, that message was for you. And we were joking about karmics earlier in this live stream. But seriously, sometimes this is just what Spirit is giving me today to say. Sometimes the karmic isn't your divine counterpart, or isn't only the male or the female, whoever it is that you have the romantic relationship with, if they have a karmic partner or a karmic mother, or relatives, whatever it is, that whatever it is in their life that's giving you pause, that's giving you a hard time. And it doesn't necessarily always have to be a hard time in karmic relationships. Some relationships are just whatever. But we're talking about those that are challenging. And you're aware of this other person. Maybe there's something that you're mirroring with the karmic of your love interest, of your divine partner. That could be mirroring, you two could be mirroring one another in a way that can account for why they're in your life and why you're in their life, right? So the common denominator may be your love interest, but there may be a lesson about yourself that you may be able to explore if you just step back and take a look at it. And it may even help you to gain some compassion, which may help to release that energy and free up your divine partner to make choices that would be in the best interest of your partnership, so you all can get moving on to spiritual work. Because again, this is not about just regular, everyday, jealousies and fighting over men and all this other, or fighting over women and all this other. This is about a spiritual path. And everybody that you're dealing with is part of your spiritual family, even the karmic. I know. But we're all God's children. We're all children of the Creator. We're all here for a reason. And we all enter each other's lives for a reason, even the karmics. And like I said, you made a deal with the karmic also to run into them somewhere along the line. Maybe in a previous lifetime, you all traded places. Maybe you were the karmic and they were the divine. I don't know. I'm just saying, just for an example. But again, as divine feminines, it's our job to be compassionate. It's our job to be intelligent. Our job to be able to look at things from a higher perspective. So this may be the part of your lesson that is going to help you ascend to the next level, is being able to even find compassion for that person. I'm just saying, can't hurt. Ain't gonna cost you nothing. Might help. I'm just saying. Anyway, free will to do what you want. And I know that that's a big thing to ask or to suggest. But I'm just saying, let's consider it. See, I got 2 sevens up here. It's 7 people, 7 thumbs up. See? Come on, you guys. This is a divine message for everybody. Let's just consider it. Okay, here we go. And the phone rings. Nope, not answering it. So, this is card number 2 for those of you who picked card number 2. Divine Feminine Oracle. And the card that you all are drawn to is Lalita, the Red Goddess. Playfulness is a spiritual power. Laughter leads me back to the light. See, laughter. Even talking about the karmics made us laugh. See? Kind of lightens the load a little bit, right? And we ain't talking bad about nobody. So don't nobody need to run, go tell that. Trying to lift the energy and not be so sad and not be so upset for not only ourselves, but for them too, so that everybody can get some healing and be released. Stop the nonsense. So, and Lalita has a bow, an arrow, lots of sun in there. So to be talking about somebody who is a Sagittarius, someone who is a fire sign. There's butterflies here. Joyfulness. Beautiful. Oh, let me move her up because they said that the eyes is the important thing here. So let's take a look at her beautiful eyes. Hi. Oh, look. 777 to Sloggy. Come on. 3 sevens. Folks, let's get on it. All right. Let me find her, Lalita. And see what that message is. She's beautiful, all right? I like these things because you get to, get some interesting history. It's always best to be compassionate. Yes, it is, honey. It really is. But sometimes they take you there. But you have to ground yourself and breathe and get back in touch with your divinity. This book is not in alphabetical order. That is the problem. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, y'all. Card number 2 from the Divine Feminine Oracle, and that's by Megan Waterson. This is seriously not in any type of order. I guess I'll figure out what the order is when I sit down with it. I just opened it a few minutes ago, an hour or so ago. Oh, come on. Here we go. Lalita, Lalita, the red goddess. Playfulness is a spiritual power. Lalita represents the spontaneity that graces a heavy moment and reminds us that joy is a powerful spiritual practice. Lalita Tripura Sundari is a Hindu deity known as the Red Goddess because of her connection to desire. She is often depicted sitting on a lotus with 16 petals, known as the fulfiller of all desires. 16. 1 plus 6, 7. She is holding a gold bow that represents the mind and 5 golden arrows that represent the 5 senses. And the ancient devotional text dedicated to her, the Lalita Saha Sharanman. Okay, you guys, I just butchered this, but it's spelled SAHASRANAMAM, is a list of her 1,000 names that fulfill all of the desires of a devotee simply through its recitation. One of Lalita's many names is she who plays. The Sanskrit word lila means divine play. Lalita loves when her devotees are able to move beyond dualities to the point where we are not separate from what we desire. She loves puja, a ritual worship, for this reason because it moves us from out of our ideas and thoughts of the divine and into our hearts, where we can experience the divine directly. Lalita is known for her spontaneity and for liberating her devotees with joy. She is the consciousness that comes when we get so caught up in taking ourselves seriously that we forget the profound, simple pleasures like sunlight on our face or the taste of a ripe strawberry. She's the delicious moment when we remember that we don't have to take everything, especially ourselves, so seriously. We don't have to be perfect or know the right mudras or yoga poses or chant for hours on end. What's divine is inherent within us. It's remembered, not learned. When your soul selects this card, answers arrive from disengaging with the energy that created the problem or question to begin with. We so often hold tight to what we desire with a grip that actually inhibits it from arriving. And we often take the soul by the collar and demand to know an answer right now. But when a desire is an imperative, there's an inability to be playful or imaginative and childlike with how and when that desire will arrive. The secret to desire is trust that what the soul craves is and always has been ours. This is the levity that sparks a shift, a change from what we desire or from the divine. Lalita is that brilliant moment in a fight between lovers or friends when suddenly someone mispronounces a word and both crack up laughing. She's the levity that comes when we loosen our depth grip on what we think we desire. She's the levity that comes when we loosen our death-like grip on what we think we desire. She's a gorgeous, much needed reminder that we don't have to suffer our way to what we want most. The path to what we desire and to becoming the soul we need to be in order to receive it can be paved with joy, with divine play, and with a sacred process of lightening up all the way along. The soul voice meditation. How can I add more playfulness to my life right now? And the intention, playfulness is a spiritual power. Laughter leads me back to the light. Ashe. So don't lose your sense of humor as you are going on this journey, whether you're male or female. Try to remember to find humor in things. And we've all been in those situations and arguments when you are just and somebody pronounces the word wrong or something happens and it causes both of you have to laugh and stop because it's so funny. All right, we know those things happen. It doesn't happen a lot, but it has happened. Even if we were fighting with our sisters and brothers, our parents, or whatever, there has been those moments. That's what makes us human, and that's the divine giving us a moment to step back from the argument and remember our humanity. Okay? But those of you who pick card number, I say. Okay, I see number 7. Jamila's asking. I see number 7 a lot. Sometimes I see numbers when I add them, so the answer gets to 7. And you also said 777. What does that mean? Well, 7 is a divine number, and what you could do, whenever you have a moment, is you can type in 777 in the YouTube search, and there'll be YouTube videos about the 777 as an angel number. But it's a divine, to me, it talks about like perfection, like something that you've put together, something that you worked on, something that you've created, something that you're proud of, and now you want to present this. That's the way it comes to me. All right. And 7 is my favorite number also. Okay. So that's my take on it. But 7, definitely put in 777 in the Google search, put in 777 in the YouTube search, not right this moment, please, but you'll see 777, you'll see 777 is an angel number. If you go on Google, there's all kinds of stuff. 777, these are all very important numbers. And if your life path is a 7 number, then that's why you're drawn to 7. That's why 7, you know, doing your work, that you are on your right path. That could also be a reminder of that. Okay, so that's card number 2. For those of us who have patiently waited for the rest of us to get to card number 3 for your life purpose, that card is music. Card number 3, music. Your connection to music is healing for yourself and others. Ashe. Okay, music. Let's see. All right. Life Purpose Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue. Music. You know what? I bet you a whole bunch of us have a life path number 7 up in here. 7 is a spiritual number. I was saying, I like the number 7, right? And I found out a few years ago this song that I really, really liked. Speaking of music, Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. Who don't know that song, right? And that song was released on a December 7th of that year. Okay, so something about 7, and there's a message in that. All right, Sitting on the Dock of the Bay talks about being near the water. Other people might think it's wasting time, but very thoughtful. All right, even in the change is gonna come by Sam Cooke, another song I like. The first line is, I was born by the river in a little tent. Again, talking about being near the water. 7 is a number for Yemiya. 7 is a number for, and Yemiya is a god, a deity, an Orisha of the ocean. 7 seas, right? 7 oceans, 7 continents. 7 is an important number. We don't have to talk about the theory, the scripture that says that God made the world in 6 days and on the 7th day he rested. 7th day is the Sabbath, the holy day. If you feed into the Judeo-Christian. Hey, Champagne. Well, sometimes you can see, yeah, if you can see, that's called intuition, honey. Deja vu. Oh, you're so welcome, Champagne. I'm glad you like that. Okay. Yemiya 7, and you found that out on July 7th. The Yemiya was your mother. Ashe. Wow, beautiful. Congratulations. Congratulations, Spell Brown. Okay, let's get on with this. We only did 3 sets. We got one more set to do. Okay. Music. Your connection to music is healing for yourself and others. This card comes to you like a messenger angel, signaling the need for more music in your life. Music opens your soul to receiving divine guidance so that you'll confidently walk upon the pathway of your life purpose. Play whatever draws your interest and notice how each song affects your mood, body, and energy level. You're also called upon to create a personal connection with music for healing purposes. This may mean learning an instrument, writing a song, or taking singing lessons. Perhaps there's an instrument you once played that is calling to you again. You might incorporate music into your healing or teaching work, or you may find support and companionship by joining with others in a musical group or class. The Archangel Sandalphon helps and heals through music. Call upon him with this wonderful affirmation. Thank you for bringing music to and through me. You receive intuitive messages that deepen your healing connections via music. Ashe. And music is a form of meditation. If one of those people like myself that, can't sit down and meditate without, falling asleep or getting distracted or whatever. Music is a prayer. Music is a meditation. And sometimes when you can't find the words for what it is that you want to express, be it to your divine masculine, like you're speaking about, honey, or a prayer that you want to just give, or even gratitude, there's all kinds of music. The lyrics can just be expressing exactly what it is that you're feeling. Allow yourself to use music to express yourself. Okay? I love music. Music is the healing force of the world, right? That's what the OJ said. The OJ say, and I love music, right? Music is the healing force of the world, and it's good for every man, woman, boy, and girl, right? Music is music soothes the savage beast, right? There's a reason for those sayings. There's a reason they have been found to be true. Okay? Music is universal. All right? Very good. So, one more cycle, you guys. Yes, music takes you, it allows you to escape. It allows you to get out some inhibitions that you may have. You know, um, there may be things that you can and counterpart that you can't say, that you're too shy to say, right? The music that you play when you're interested in being intimate, it becomes is a signal. They know what it knows the signal that you're trying to send. If he's in the other room, or you send it to him as an attachment to a text message or something, he gets it. That's music is can express the things that we sometimes can't find the words for, and that's why music is a ministry also, whether it be romantic, whether it be about civil rights, whether it be about gratitude to the creator, whatever. And sometimes the song will be made in the church and it'll end up becoming something that's popular in the culture and vice versa, or sometimes there's songs that came out as a pop song, but if you sit back years later and listen to it, there may be something a little spiritual about that. I was talking about that song Madonna like a prayer. That was a big controversy back in the day when that song came out. But if you sit down and think about it, hmm, maybe there is a spiritual message in that. Oh, thank you, Jamila. Well, I thank God that I've been able to have these different experiences and stuff, and I'm able to share these messages with you guys. You know, oh, Marvin Gaye, yeah, his whole life was about bringing the message. You know, Stevie Wonder brings the message. Um, so many, so many. Tracy Chapman and oh my girl, come on, Laura, poet, poetry. Okay, so we're going to do this again, and this will be for, I guess, air, right? Those last ones were earth. At this point, it doesn't even matter. We're just hanging out. Sounds of Blackness, right? hmm The Stable Singers, I'll take you there. That was definitely a church song, and it has become the song for everybody, for every. They could play the first few bars of that song, and if you live in the United States, you know that song, and you get that dun 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 dun. Dun. Come on, we all know it, and we know what song is getting ready to play. Even if they sample it in some other song, you know, I'll take you there, and we all know the words to it. And it's been out since what, the late 70s? Come on. But what does it talk about? Spirituality. Think about it, y'all. Okay, let's see what we can get from the Past Life Oracle. Our first card. Okay, okay, okay. All right, so card number one. Now, last shuffle with the Divine Feminine Oracle, two cards came out. So I saved that one. So that'll save us some time here. So this is card number two. Card number one, card number two, and one from card number three. Deck number three. I wish you were in Denmark. Oh my goodness. Maybe one day I'll get to Denmark. Or maybe one day you'll get to come here. I don't know. I ain't trying to travel too much. I talk too much stuff about current occupant of the White House. We're doing too much out of the country traveling. They may try to cut me off somehow, but I was born in the USA. All righty. And there's a card from card number three. I'm in New York, Jamila. Okay, card number one, card number two, and card number three. So, one, two, and three. All right, so if you're watching this in the playback later, you can stop it, look at it, find out which one you're drawn to, and choose it. But since we're doing it live, this is how we do it. Ain't that another song? This is how we do it. Now, card number one. Those of you who chose card number one, Past Life Oracle, Father. So, Father. Let's see what that's about. Okay. This card indicates that your father in this life was with you in prior lifetimes. Any issues you've had with your father likely began long ago. Look at the cards that you draw prior to and after this card, as they will yield clues about the previous lives the two of you shared. Okay, so the previous drawer we got was karmic and persecution, right? Karmic, persecution, and insurrection, and another card we got. So that would say that you and your father traveled together, karmic relationship, all right? Doesn't have to be in love, it just has to be that you all are part of the same soul family, all right? Maybe your father and you were um, mistreated because of your spiritual beliefs or your spiritual gifts, okay? That could be it. He could have been your father, you could have been his father. Trying to think of the other card that we got because I'm old, I can't remember. Oh, Egypt. Okay, and it could have happened in Egypt. Okay, you could have been together in Egypt. So that could be part of the work that you are trying to uh, straighten out. Persecution and inquisition, Egypt, karmic relationship, father. So maybe later on, after this is done, we can sit down and think of those messages and see how that may um, uh, speak to our current concerns or relationship with our father. You have Egyptian DNA? Oh, wow. Beautiful. Wonderful. All right, so pay attention to that. Um, all right. This may yield clues about the previous lives that you have shared. He may not have been your father in those lives, although as souls continue to reincarnate together in different roles. To break any negative patterns with your father's soul, be willing to release old anger and unforgiveness. This can be conscious or unconscious emotional energy stored in your psyche. Just your willingness to clear toxic energy, just your willingness to clear toxic relationship energy is enough to initiate the healing. Remember that forgiveness doesn't mean that you approve of this person's actions. It simply means that you're no longer willing to carry around that anger energy. Ashe. By releasing the past, you subsequently heal your present and future. If you totally forgive your father and yourself, you no longer have to reincarnate with that soul unless you choose to. You retain only the lessons, the growth, and the love that you shared. As an added benefit, the healing work that you do with your father helps all of the relationships that you have with men. Ashe, father therapy. Okay, guys. So, good. If you would choose to reincarnate with your father again, that's good. There's some folks who absolutely would not, but they need to check themselves. Ashe. They need to check themselves because, like it said, karmic relationship, persecution, and inquisition. Sit down later on and think about it. Pray about it. Turn on some music and meditate about it. That's all right. Got to get these father issues straightened out, ladies. Could help us in our romantic relationships today, whether they be divine or just love. Just regular old run-of-the-mill everyday love. You still need to find that out. They ain't got nothing to do with nothing, just wars and battles. See? So that's that. Card number 2. For those of you who picked card number 2, the Divine Feminine Oracle. Yours was Sarada Devi, the Divine Mother. Unconditional love exists within me. The presence of love is the absence of judgment. The presence of love is the absence of judgment. Sarada space Devi. Sarada Devi, the Divine Mother. Okay, so I'm going to pull this up because they say the important thing with these cards are the eyes. So I want y'all to see that. Oh, all right. Give me a second because, like I said, this is not in alphabetical order. Why? Ah. Excuse me, folks. Okay. Page 92. Here we go. The Divine Mother. 9 and 2 is 11. Manifestation, perhaps? Just saying. Unconditional love exists within me. The presence of love is the absence of judgment. Sri Sarada Devi embodies the feminine power that initiates seekers onto a spiritual path through unconditional love. Sarada Devi was born in Jayrambati, India in 1853 to poor Brahmin parents. As a little girl, she worshipped a clay figure of the goddess Kali, meditated, and began to have visions. At age 5, she was betrothed to the priest of Dakshinwa Kali Temple, a beloved mystic named Rama Krishna. 10 years later, she joined him at the temple and they began their lifelong spiritual marriage together. Sarada's husband, Ramakrishna, performed the Shodashi Puja with her. This meant that Sarada was positioned in the seat of the goddess Kali and was addressed as Sri Ma, or Holy Mother. Sarada is considered to be Ramakrishna's first disciple. They both became notable mystics with large international followings. Sarada helped form the monastic order for the devotees of Ramakrishna after he passed. And because she was so beloved, a Masonic order was founded for women in her honor. She paved the way for future generations of women to enter into the spiritual life. Ashe. As a guru, Sarada Devi was known for treating all of her disciples as her children. Many of her devotees relate that she initiated them in a dream. She appeared as a goddess in human form and gave them a mantra. When they met her for the first time, they would recall the dream and know instantly that they were encountering their guru. When your soul selects this card, Sarada Devi loved all her disciples unconditionally and equally. In her teaching, she emphasized that there is no such thing as a stranger. She encouraged her devotees to understand that everyone we meet is actually a part of us and is connected to us. Didn't we just talk about that? And that if we want to experience true peace, to we need to see our own faults and forgive them with love. Sarada Devi whispers gently to us, no one is a stranger, my child. This whole world is your own. So if something keeps showing up in the people we meet and in the relationships we are cultivating, Sarada asks us to meet them from within us, meaning the aspects of those same aspects exist within us. Y'all will get that later when you watch this again. Oh wow. Unless we are willing to meet with these aspects within us, the universe will keep presenting them to us in our relationships. And it's not to piss us off, it's to free us. It's out of deep love for us to fully heal. The goal here is for us to love ourselves fiercely from within without judgment or shame for where we are in the moment. The goal is to let us mother ourselves with unconditional love. That's the only love that will quiet those harsh, critical voices within us. So we can stop wasting our time mirrored in judgment of others or ourselves and get on with being the perfectly imperfect light that we are. The soul voice meditation is, what am I currently judging or criticizing myself about or about myself? What am I currently judging or criticizing about myself? And your intention is, unconditional love exists within me. The presence of love is the absence of judgment. Ashe. So, if you pick card number 2, that was your message. I think that was everybody's message, right? Because we were talking about something similar to that earlier in regards to people around us who are karmics, who we consider karmics in a negative way, whatever, and that experience of that person is something that you may need to experience. So, card number 3, for those of you who chose card number 3, your card is children. Seems to be a theme here. Your life purpose involves helping, teaching, and healing children. So this would have been for Earth, air signs. So especially if you're an air sign, maybe this entire reading of these 3 cards here may be calling to you personally. Well, you'll know. So from the Life Purpose Oracle by Doreen Virtue, let's see what don't know who you are. Let's see what this is about. Children. Spellbound said apparently, right? All right. Your life purpose involves helping, teaching, and healing children. You have an affinity for young people, which is why you drew this card. Helping children is an important and much needed function, since the world's youth need understanding adults. Kids naturally trust you and look to you for leadership. Consider devoting your time and your talents to helping them keep their minds and hearts open to love. In this way, you contribute to developing a world of sensitive and caring future leaders. Your life purpose can follow many avenues, including raising your own children or spending time with those of a close friend or relative. Ask Archangel Metatron, the angel of sensitive young people, to guide your actions so that they're best suited to your abilities and help children most effectively. Any of your natural interests, such as writing, art, music, animals, sports, and so forth, can be a way to help heal and support children. If you need additional training or ideas, the angels will guide you. Ashe. So, children, father. So, what's going on, folks? So, if you're enjoying this and this resonates with you, then this is something that maybe you need to be looking towards if you're not already working with children or hanging around children in a positive way. Then maybe that's something that you could do. You can volunteer, okay? And you can volunteer. You can sponsor children, you know. Um, if your college or something has an exchange program, maybe you can allow some young person to reside in your home, give them shelter while they're attending school. There's all kinds of ways that you can help children, even if you don't have children your own. You have godchildren, things like that, nieces and nephews, etc. So you're welcome for these messages, and thank you everybody for hanging out with me. I hope that you all enjoyed these messages and this chitter chatter that went on in here. All right, and that we can all have gotten something. Communities and villages used to raise children together. Now they're pretty much left to raise themselves. It's true. All right. There used to be after school centers in some community, a lot of communities. We had all kinds of things that we did to support each other. We played outside and stuff like that. And so your neighbors knew who the children were and all that. We don't do that anymore. Everybody's kid is stuck in the house, and that's why you don't know who the next person is next door, and you call the cops on the homeowner and say that there's somebody breaking in. Whatever. Not going there. Anyway, you all have a great day, and thank you all so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And like I said, I'm under some type of negativity, but so I lost some subscribers, and it had nothing to do with politics. It's something personal, but that's okay. So those of you who haven't yet subscribed, I'd appreciate it if you would, and please like, subscribe, and share these messages. If they don't resonate with you, they may resonate with someone you know. Send it to your father. If he's still around, he may enjoy this. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. And I will be uploading this and I will talk to you all later. I don't know what I'm going to do. I might do do the Upickit separately for those people who we'll see. September 2018, the readings are completed, all of them. So go check them out. And the readings for July are done, and the Upickits are done, and the Love Bites are done. Everything is done. So watch this video again. Take some time, show compassion where it may be needed, or at least study it. Check out what day you were born and what the song was on the charts that day, and share it with the rest of us and let us know how that song resonates with you if it does. All right. And if you want a personalized reading, you send an email to pbtarot7@gmail.com. And I will be talking to you all real soon. Also, there I have a Vimeo channel, and you can check those out. Just put Ia Patsy or IFA Midwives, IFA MIDWIVES. Put that in, and you should be able to find it. I'll put a link on it, and you can look at the readings that I did for the sexual tarot, the tarot of sexual magic. I did readings for those last month for each one of the signs. So check those out, and I'll be talking to everybody soon. Thank you so much for your loyalty. Thank you so much for your support. I love you guys, and you all make my day, really. And make all of our wishes come true. I say, amen. Bye-bye. Love you guys. Namaste.